Welcome back, my wonderful friends. How you doing today? It's Chris here, and we're back with more Iron Marines? What are you doing, Chris? Why the heck is your game all completely reset and everything? Well, what I did was I beat the entire game on Impossible on every single map and every single thing. I got all of my heroes up to level 10, and then I was like, what the heck am I going to do, man? Well, I want to replay the game, but I want to replay it in a way that somebody might want to start learning how to play the game. So these are more of a sort of chill walkthrough, trying to explain everything, do things a little bit slower instead of just speed running the game or anything like that. I'm going to try and show you guys as much stuff as I possibly can, trying to explain everything in the best possible way so everybody can learn from these videos. So what I did was actually reset my entire game. When you reset your game, though, it's actually kind of weird. You get to keep all of your credits, so I do have 45,000 credits up there. I do get to keep all of my heroes, though they're not at level 10, which of course makes sense. And so then everything else basically gets reset. So then you get these guys reset, and your achievements reset as well. Now, one thing that I want to point out really quick is that the highest difficulty that you can play on the first run-through is actually Veteran. So we will be playing on Veteran for my first run-through. Hopefully we should have a pretty reasonably easy time. I feel like I'm a pretty skilled player now, so without all those upgrades, we still should be doing okay. Alright, let's get started in here. Level 1. Obviously, it's not a long level, but I wanted to at least make sure everybody knew what the heck was going on. I'll probably repeat this throughout the first few videos just to make sure everybody knows what's going on. But at the same time, I want to make sure I explain everything pretty reasonably well. So if you guys are new to Iron Marines, basically this is a real-time strategy game. It's not a tower defense game, but it does have some tower defense aspects to it. So what you're going to do is you have in a lot of levels, here's the weird thing about this game, is a lot of the missions are different from each other. They're not all the same exact thing. You don't just start with a base and then do stuff. Sometimes you start with just units, sometimes you start with just your hero, sometimes you start with no hero at all. So there's a lot of different things to do. But basically, the whole entire point of the game is to usually take over the map. That's usually your goal. You have to somehow take over the map, kill all the rest of the enemies, and somehow make your base survive. So what you do to do that is you build certain squads. So the first squad that I'm going to build here is a set of Rangers. I'm going to have them run around and actually kill everything. These are command points that I just got, so for every command point you can put another squad onto the map. So what that allows me to do is build another set of Rangers. So when you're moving units, this is the sort of difficult part in the game. Whenever you're moving them, they don't attack. So, oh man, there was a little bit of a glitch there. Look at that one Ranger being stupid. Also, another thing that I'm going to do in this walkthrough is I'm actually going to try and memorize all of the names of everything. So these are Rangers. They have light armor, medium range, and a fast rate of fire. They're sort of just your average unit all around. Pretty good against pretty much everything. Ground, air, whatever. Reasonable amount of damage, reasonable amount of attack. So when in doubt, use some Rangers. As far as enemies go, Fell Plague. So these guys are, actually I call them worm gunners. But basically they shoot their worm gun out against you. They have light armor and medium range. Honestly, they really aren't that ridiculous. They're actually pretty easy to kill. So this is what I was talking about, command points. It allows you to have another squad on the battlefield. And these are actually really important. Sometimes they hide them throughout the map, so make sure you go out and try and find them to make yourself do a better job. And then we can get the last enemy in here is a Vile Runner. So these guys are super duper easy to kill, but if they get up and kind of overwhelm you, they can easily kill a lot of your guys. So they're pretty strong. They have melee combat, but of course no armor, so they're really easy to kill. So another thing about squads is a lot of new players don't understand this, but you can double click squads and move them together. And it does make it a little bit more difficult in some situations, but overall I actually end up using my guys in squads way more often, or double squads, or triple squads, or quadruple squads more often than moving them out in single things. So don't forget, again, it's very important that you don't try and run into guys too much. You only want to do small movements at a time, and that'll allow you to always attack. Again, I think almost all guys in the game, besides a few heroes and your drop gunner, can't attack while moving. So, what you got to do in most situations, quite obviously, is stop and attack. And kind of just take your time with it. As you guys probably saw in my Impossible walkthrough, this took me like a minute and a half to beat, and on this video, obviously, we're like 5 minutes in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave one set of Rangers up in there with my hero, and I'm going to bring another set of Marines down here to sort of just kill everybody else that's left over. I'm also going to take this really nice little refinery up here. One other thing that I'm going to try and do with this walkthrough here is I'm going to try to actually use the correct names. In my Impossible walkthrough, I was like the sorters, the gunners, the whatever. Another weird thing actually is they won't let me pick her up right now. That's kind of goofy.
Roger that.
But all we had to do was kill all the enemies on the screen, and we automatically win level 1. Woo! So you can tell we didn't even make it to freaking level 2 from that, so that kind of sucks. We got 60 coins. You know, they're not giving us that much for beating level 1 up in here, because it's obviously a really easy level. Just as a quick note, trying to level up your heroes, and you've already beaten the game, play on level 14. By far, the best way to earn experience is just play on level 14 and play on casual. You can beat the boss in seriously like 2 to 3 minutes. It really does not take much time at all. Using a lot of the psychic guys. Again, trying to learn the names here. Using a lot of the psychic guys, they can just dominate the freaking boss. So yeah, I probably shouldn't be talking about level 14 on level 1, but that's where we're going. As usual, if you guys did end up enjoying this video, make sure you press that like button for me. Hopefully this is helping you guys out and learning the game, and anything else that you might be curious about. If you do have any questions or anything or concerns, you know, obviously for the first video, I want to make sure that I get everything all set up for you guys. So feel free to throw it down in the comments down there, and I'll try and do my best to make sure that happens. Subscribe if you haven't, and have a super duper delicious day.